So we've survived January. So today I'm going to do a general read with one of my favourite decks, which is Wisdom by Barbara Meikle-John-Free and Flavia Kate Peters. This was actually one of the first decks that I ever got, and I like the imagery, I like the message that it gives as well, so I thought we will do a reading and we will see what comes out. So just quickly, I'm going to bring that down from my sage the cards. Make sure I'm reading in the right way. Right. So I'm going to do... right. Bear with us. Something is a little bit tits up with this today. Pardon my French. Yeah. Someone appears to be a little bit naughty in that she hasn't sorted her cards out. Which is unusual because usually I'm very careful of putting the cards back in the right way. So let's just see what we're going to get today. At least you get a bit of a flick through. Right. Nope, there's another one. I don't know what's been going on with these, honestly. Right. I should put the cards back together the right way. There we go. Right, so another quick sage. Whew. Let's move that down there. Put the triangle there. Right. Let's see if this is going to knock them down fast, or whether we're going to have a pile of them. Okay, 2 piles. Now, January was ending up being a little bit crazy. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of hoping the blinkers have come off a lot of people. Because we have an opportunity now to move on to different levels, to see people for who they really are. And to move onto a higher path, shall I say. The good thing is that I feel slightly calmer than the last time I did read. I do feel there's a shift. I think it's this... well, the best way I'll put it is I felt the past couple of weeks that there was a lot of anger and frustration because there are still too many people on this planet who kind of are putting their faith in some people who are only interested in their own outcome and also trying to cover their own backs. So a lot of us have seen people for who they really were for a very long time. Let me just have my coffee. And it's taken others until now to realise that the masks are slipping and people are being more involved in some very underhanded and nasty dealings, and are still trying to ignore their involvement. Now, the only thing that we can hope for is that money stops playing a part in decisions, that decisions need to be made on integrity and on who people actually are. And here endeth that lesson. Alright, let's see what cards we got. Okay, interesting. We better watch that one. Cover the movies. I'll probably cover her butt. There we go. So we got the water card, and that is talking about cleansing, which is quite appropriate for where we are at the moment. And then the other one is the Wiccan Reed ethos. And I'll read out what's on here. By the Wiccan law, ye must, in perfect love, in perfect trust. 8 words the Wiccan Reed fulfill. Pin your harm none, do as ye will. Find ever mind the rule of 3. What ye send out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry ye meet, and merry ye part. So, let's see, what did I just do with the book? There it is, okay. I'm going to read what the book says on both of these, okay? Bring my little pyramid into it. Whew. Actually, let's put that one down there. Okay. So, first one. Water. The element water has surfaced to help you clean up your act. You have been affected by negative thoughts, doubts and worries. Allow cleansing to wash away any pollution that you are drowning in, and release the emotion that is draining your natural vitality and positive outlook. Water seeks out your sensitivity and asks you to tap into your feelings, for you often become overwhelmed when faced with challenging situations and others' demands. Be aware of the difference between your emotions and those of others. Water can soothe, heal, and help you to go with the flow, which is something that is continually coming out. Water reminds you to bless this elixir of life before you bathe or drink of it, and to acknowledge your connection to the ebb and flow of the tides and the pull of the moon, which again is ironic because we are probably still in the energy of the new full moon, and literally in 14 days we will be having an eclipse. Water offers you to dive in and uncover your natural psychic abilities and to enhance prophetic dreams that are ready to emerge. So again, it's all about we just have to ride this time. But I've got a feeling that water is at work at the moment, because what it's doing is where people have been trying to hide stuff. If you get hit by a wave, if you've ever been hit by a wave in water, it throws everything up. There's no hiding. You get turned around and like you're in a tumble dryer. So I think what it's going to do is it's going to wash away the illusions that people are putting out. Oh, it's not me. Oh, I've got nothing to do with it. Oh, those are bad people. No, they're not bad people. Thou do protest a little bit too much. Oh. Now, this is the other thing, right? So I've got water on one page. The next page is Wiccan Reed, which is the other card that comes out. The amount of times that I can pull cards, and as you can see, I use a pendulum, that the next card that comes out in the deck does this is, well, it goes on for a while. You are not one for sticking to the rules. In fact, you struggle when faced with that which you must adhere to. You have a natural rebellious streak which has led you into trouble, but still honour that side of you, for it makes you all the more wonderful. However, however, it is vital that you have integrity in all that you do. At all times must you follow the Wiccan Rede. You can sit assured that it was not put in place to spoil your fun, but to safeguard all magical practices from any harm to themselves and to others. You will find that the Wiccan Rede is a positive instructional to live by, and promises a way of life that's in tune with the balance of nature, in perfect love and perfect trust. You can be rest assured that nothing you do will come back and bite you when you live accordingly to the ethos of the Wiccan Rede. So that is what I'm getting from those. So I think at the moment it's a case of, well, it is. I think, again, water, cleansing, washing away, getting rid of the dirt, leaving what's underneath. The Wiccan Rede, I think, is also saying, and it's not so much to us, you know, us mere mortals who understand the difference between right and wrong, and if we were to do something mightily wrong, we'd get our butts kicked. I'm pretty sure that this is now saying that those who have been using power for their own gain, that are abusing it, I'm kind of hoping that right now this means that February is a time when that power comes to an end. Let's just see. I'm just going to see one last deck. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I just feel we'll end on a nicer one, Roots and Wings. See how quickly I can get some cards out of this. Right. Let's just set fire to this stuff again. There we go. Oh no, there we go. Oh no, there we go. Alright. Let's get a little bit of sage going. We don't need too much this time. You should try and avoid setting fire to everything, like I usually do anyway. Right, okay, hold on. I'll do. Just see. Oh. Escapees. Alright. Just see if anything wants to come out on its own. Or not. So again, let's see how quick we can do these today. No, I don't want too many cards. Right, stop whining, just read them. Right, let's try and do this quick. Again, if you enjoy, I know there's not many of you, anyone who enjoys card readings or wants to do anything a little bit more different to you know, expand on the wisdom that we have at our hands. Again, sister, well, I call it my sister channel, my channel with another lady, Linda Lilly, is Mystic Magenta Muses, and again, be card readings, there's Astro Dice, which is something that is pretty unique. I don't see many people having done that online. So we have Astro Dice up for the elements for Feb. If you want to go over and have a look, I'll put the link in the description for this. And also finally I've managed to do a buy me a coffee page at Ko-fi. I have put the link in the page. If you did feel that you wanted to donate, it would be gratefully received at the moment, especially as I seem to be finding cats around this neighbourhood, or as happened yesterday, Khan, who has been allowed in the conservatory, admittedly, managed to get into the house by opening the conservatory door. And when I'm saying open, it wasn't that the door was open, he actually got on the handle and pushed it down and opened it. Right, is this everything? Any order? No. Okay, we're just going to read these as is. Okay, there we go. Right, so the first card, belonging. Find your true place where you are loved and accepted for who you are. That'll be good. And I think that's something that again, people in this world, people in power, are trying to segregate people. Now, there's a lot of people going, oh, it's nothing like it was in the 30s. Hate to tell you, yes, it is. This is how it's got going. But the sad thing is that there's a couple of leaders on this planet right now who are using fear to segregate and justify profiling people because they do not fit the mold. Right, goal. Okay, next card. Set clear goals, move forward with courage. So again, I think part of the goal, especially with belonging, is, do you want to be part of that energy, or do you want to set higher goals? Okay. And sometimes it does take courage to stand up for what is going on and stand up to it. Because if you don't, then we will slip back into 1930s and early 40s energies. And then the last card we've got is soothing stillness. So again, find true peace in the stillness of your inner self. And I think that's important because a lot of people are getting wound up and triggered. Some of the energies at play that are going to be coming up this year have not been seen in anyone's lifetime, or in documented history, shall we say. There is potential for greatness, but it means that we have to move away from old ideas and what people have been allowed to get away with. Do you have the strength to stand up against authorities who have run to gain power on segregation, fear, and lies? Is it time to say enough? Is it time to look at belonging to community again? and looking at people who you may have thought were getting money that they don't deserve, triggering violence? Is it time that we go inside, look at who we are, and then look at the others? And I think I've said it before, we are all part of one world. We're at a point now where we should be really don't bounce it around too much. We should be realising by now what's right and what's wrong. For a while it looked like we were moving back towards having some harmony on this planet. Now, all in the past year, it's all been thrown up in the air. And some of it is being thrown up in the air, and things are only happening because it's to cover what some people have done in the past, and who really need to be held accountable for it. Don't be afraid to speak out. Don't be afraid to challenge leaders who need to be challenged and made aware of the fact that they do not rule for themselves. They have a responsibility, and if they are not prepared to lead with integrity and unbiased opinions, then they should leave. This is a time for listening to what people want, not what lines their coffers. And unfortunately at the moment they are lining their own pockets. And there will be a day when people will realise this. But it needs to be now, and hopefully then we can get back on track. Have a good February. Thanks for listening.